This week on FIFA Futbol Mundial, we travel to Hawaii, where some big names have come to call. We join one of football's greats as he takes up a new challenge. And we meet some of football's holiest players.
Aloha and welcome to Hawaii.
Hear the name Hawaii and a particular image is conjured, one that contains sun, sea and surf in a tropical paradise. But the capital Honolulu on the island of Oahu is a major city, 1.2 million people living in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And thanks to this geographical position, it became the stage for the inaugural Pan-Pacific Championship. Major League Soccer Commissioner Don Garber.
You know, in the United States, we've been trying to grow this concept of a soccer nation or a football nation, and the best way to do that is to connect Major League Soccer and to connect the sport in our country to all other parts of the world. So we are close to the Bundesliga. We've got a very close relationship with the Mexican Federation, and now we're reaching out to the Asian federations and the Asian leagues to try to partner on a wide variety of different concepts. Pan-Pacific is the first example of that, and so far so good.
LA Galaxy was the last of the 4 participants to arrive in Oahu, and it was no surprise that one particular player was at the center of attention. But then that happens everywhere David Beckham goes. Galaxy's new coach, Ruud Gullit, was also enjoying the warm welcome. Galaxy's MLS rivals, Houston Dynamo, Gamba Osaka from the J-League and Sydney FC from Australia completed the 4-team lineup. It is over. There was only one man from whom the media wished to hear.
We're very happy to be here. We're very honoured with the invitation because also it's my first time in Hawaii, so I'm looking forward to looking around and seeing the beaches and seeing everything that's beautiful here. We are still preparing for our season, but it doesn't mean that we won't be giving 110% in the games. That's what we do, and that's what we're here for. We're here for people to see, you know, what we can do on the field, and hopefully we can perform.
Houston Dynamo hail from Texas and have been Major League Soccer champions for the past 2 seasons. In fact, ever since the franchise's relocation from San Jose. They began their pre-season preparations at the start of February. So what was coach Dominic Kinnear hoping to take away from this tournament?
Well, first and foremost, we try to win the tournament. I do know there's some prize money involved here, so it'd be nice to get that for the guys. It's pre-season, so it's more games we can play as we head to the upcoming season, the CONCACAF Champions Cup. But most importantly, try and get guys fit and avoid injury.
For Brian Ching, the tournament is particularly special. The Dynamo forward is a native of the islands and in 2003 became the first and so far only Hawaiian to play for the US national team. It's been 12 years since Ching last played a game on home soil, and many of his friends and family have never seen him play professionally.
It's always been a dream of mine to get back here and play a professional game, and to have the group of guys on the Dynamo, just a great team, you know, and guys that are good friends of mine, and to bring them back here and share, you know, the Aloha spirit with them is something special, and you know, hopefully they enjoy it. So far, you know, I've seen nothing but smiles on their faces.
There were definitely smiles on the faces of the fans drawn to the Aloha Stadium. It's more usually the stage for gridiron fixtures, including the end-of-season Pro Bowl. Now it was soccer that was pulling in the crowds.
I think it's good for Hawaii. We hardly get to see many professional games at all. I think it's good for the state of Hawaii, good for the kids in Hawaii playing soccer. It's just good to see, you know, professional level at Hawaii.
And the first goal they saw came from Dynamo's Dwayne De Rosario, who opened the scoring against Sydney after 27 minutes. Just a minute later, Stuart Holden added a second. Hawaiian hero Brian Ching didn't get on the score sheet this time, but he helped set up the final goal in an easy 3-0 win.
I think we came out pretty good, ready to play, excited, and I don't think they were ready for us, so we took advantage of that and just kind of saw the game out in the second half.
It wasn't a good start for Sydney. Unlike the other teams, their domestic campaign is finished after they were knocked out of the A-League playoffs by Queensland Roar. But they were still looking to end their season on a high. Despite losing out to Houston Dynamo, coach John Kosmina sees the tournament as an opportunity to see just how far Australian football has developed since Sydney won the inaugural A-League Championship in 2005.
It's an important tournament against good quality opposition. It's a chance for us, I think, as a club to test ourselves against different players. We play, there's only 8 teams in our league, and we play the same guys week in, week out. With this, Sydney's got another opportunity to prove itself on a bigger stage. The club has been involved in the Club World Championships a couple of years ago and did quite well. Also involved in the Asian Champions League last year, and we're relatively successful in that, put in some good performances. So it's another opportunity to I guess, show our market or showcase our wares on a bigger stage.
For LA Galaxy, this was an opportunity for showcasing themselves as they attempt to transform the club into a national and international brand. They're one of the original 10 teams that founded Major League Soccer in 1996, and the arrival of international stars like Beckham and coach Hullet has certainly raised their profile. But with that, expectations have also been raised.
I think that we have enough quality, I think, but we need to mold the team, and the team spirit and what it's all about. And that is something that we have to figure out in these couple of weeks that we are having our pre-season.
After losing their semi-final game to Japanese side Gamba Osaka, LA Galaxy were looking to at least clinch 3rd place against Sydney. Beckham's perfect cross for Eli Allen moved them a step closer. Sydney managed to pull one back, but on the stroke of half-time, goalkeeper Ivan Nichevsky couldn't hold Beckham's cross, and Josh Tadila slid the ball home to seal a 2-1 victory. Spurred on by their captain, the MLS side ensured their trip to Hawaii was fruitful.
We've got our fitness and we've played some good football, and we've found out we've got some very good talent in the team, and seeing the people has been incredible.
For Galaxy, of course, the matches were only part of the reason for the journey. Some of the players took a break from their schedule to visit a local school with the aim of promoting the game.
The world loves the game, the beginning to love the game in the United States. The media coverage here in Hawaii has been extraordinary. Front page newspaper coverage. We've had our players out doing clinics and doing some things in the community that's got us some great exposure.
Getting kids involved in football at an early age and making the game fun is important. The Pan-Pacific Championship brings heroes out to the islands and will hopefully serve to fuel and inspire the dreams of Hawaii's youth.
You put David Beckham in front of a bunch of kids in a clinic, and the guy lights up and lives to try to give back to the sport. The first Pan-Pacific game, David played 90 minutes, was out there in an exhibition game as if it was the most important game of his career. That character that he has is something I think people in Europe take for granted.
Nothing should be taken for granted about Gamba Osaka. They're holders of the J-League Cup, and with a large Japanese community living in Hawaii, there was an extra incentive to do well. Coach Akira Nishino implemented daily double training sessions, proving that their time here was anything but a walk on the beach.
We have 7 players missing from this tournament because they are involved with the national team. So the formation is not perfect. This is also our pre-season, and we haven't trained that much. Therefore, the team is nowhere near match fit. That said, we've put in a lot of effort to prepare for this tournament.
A crowd of over 23,000 turned out at the Aloha Stadium, the largest in Hawaiian history for a football match, to see Gamba Osaka take on Houston Dynamo. Houston opened the scoring after 11 minutes with Ricardo Clark heading in from close range. But from that point on, it was all Gamba. Brazilian Barre scored twice before half-time, and in the second half, he completed his hat-trick. With the J-League side several weeks ahead in its pre-season programme, that extra yard of pace needed to close down in midfield, win second ball and stay with runners was missing from the Dynamo game. Gamba Osaka went on to crush the reigning MLS champions 6-1.
We're the champions of the inaugural tournament, and I'm very proud that we are the first team to win it.
With talk of more teams taking part next year, broader television exposure and other countries looking to stage the event, the Pan-Pacific Championship looks to have a bright future.